100 years ago, people with the chromosome disorder known as Down syndrome could expect to live about 10 years, that's all. Today, they can expect to live into their 50s, maybe even longer. But the labor force participation rate for people with any disability in the United States is only about 20%. And that's one reason a young entrepreneur with Down syndrome got the bright idea to start his own business, selling socks.
Down syndrome ever hold you back?
Down syndrome never hold me back.
In fact, one might say John Cronin's disability helped push him forward. Starting his last year of high school in 2016 on New York's Long Island, John thought maybe he and his father, Mark, could start a business together.
We walked around talking about starting a food truck, but as he points out, neither of us can really cook.
Hi, everyone.
Instead, John cooked up an idea to sell socks.
I think it's fun. I think the socks are colorful, and I like to be creative.
John, his whole life, had worn colorful, crazy socks. It was kind of his thing.
I like those. John Lemon.
John Lemon socks, you like those?
For about $1,000, they built a website, stocked some socks, and by December 2016, they were online and in business, selling more than $13,000 worth of socks in a month. John delivered a lot of them himself, along with thank you notes. Going that extra mile is what John is all about.
Right away, we had people telling us all the things John couldn't do. And John has spent his life demonstrating what he could do.
John, an avid snowshoer and soccer player, also decided to donate a portion of the company's profits to the Special Olympics, a cause he's even lobbied Congress for.
People right away saw him as a role model. I had to wrap my head around that because he's just my son.
Last February, John designed a Down syndrome awareness sock. For 2018, there's a new version.
I did blue and yellow because it's Down syndrome colors.
Now, among the more than 1,700 different types of socks they sell, the flowers, the sports stars, the presidents past and present, there are socks aimed at raising awareness of autism, breast cancer, and other causes the company donates to. And somehow, John also goes to trade shows to find new products. He participated in a Massachusetts startup incubator, and he's traveled to do speaking engagements. It's been quite a year, and business hasn't been too bad either.
We shipped over 42,000 orders, and we did 1.7 million in revenue.
But this story is less about dollars and more about what makes sense. John is lucky. Most people with disabilities have few options after high school.
It's scary. The next big frontier is employment.
John's Crazy Socks has grown to employ 34 people, 14 of whom have disabilities.
I go into the warehouse and I pull the sock and I get ready for shipping.
I learn to make new friends. I get along with everyone, and that's what makes me happy.
We want the world to see what's possible when you give someone a chance. Things are not segregated here. Everybody works side by side. And it's a better workplace because of that.
I love you, Marlon. I love you too.
One where going that extra mile comes naturally.
We have to succeed. Because if we don't, we're letting these guys down. And we have to show other businesses, you can do this too.
What a guy. That new Down syndrome awareness sock has just become available ahead of the 7th annual World Down Syndrome Day. It comes up on March 21st. That's 321 because Down syndrome indicates a third copy of the 21st chromosome.